Ms. Artastic, and in this video episode, I'm going to be talking about how to use write and draws in your classroom. So let's grab something to write on and something to write with so we can make some awesome, sick notes. And let's dive into this episode and let's make some art. Of write and draws is to use them as morning work or bell work, just to reinforce skills. So when kids come in, you can have them out and kids can just get to work on them. If it's a routine and they've done it before, they won't need any explicit instruction. It'll be part of a routine, right? So they come in, boom, there's my write and draw, I get to work, I get settled for the day, give them a little bit of time to transition from whatever happened at home or at the door and the lineup, because sometimes there's drama at the lineup before school starts. And then into your classroom, they can get situated, they can be nice and peaceful while the other kids are getting their stuff and getting situated at their desks. And then they can work on their writing draws. Gives you an extra moment to do attendance, to get ready for the day. Maybe any announcements go off, they're already quiet, and then now you've got your writing draws. But they're not just anything, they're just, they're reinforcing skills they're already learning in class, really reinforcing fine motor, reinforcing creativity, reinforcing cognitive skills and development. All right, number 2 is you can use them instead of journal writes. So instead of being like, all right, it's journal time. Write about what happened in the day or in your week or on the weekend, or come up with your own idea. And sometimes kids are just doing boring writing because they really have no ideas. You can use this instead of journal writing. So it's going to practice, well, for elementary versions or primary versions, you'll be practicing your sentence writing, coming up with their own sentences, practicing vocabulary. And then for your older students, they'll be practicing paragraph writing. So they'll be getting inspired by whatever theme they're drawing, right? So it's you're already getting inspired. So what if it's a spring write and draw? Maybe there's a frog on the page, and then they can do the drawing of the frog, the directed drawing piece of it, and then the writing, and will be about a frog, either a sentence starter, right? Sentence version, or for an older kid, they'll maybe doing a paragraph, either nonfiction or fiction, about frogs. There's already an idea integrated, and they've done the directed drawing that's going to kind of spark and inspire their writing. Or maybe it's one for the month, right? So you can also do write and draws for each month of the year that you teach. You can do, September, what's happening in September, maybe different themes from September, and then learning about vocabulary that you might run into in September, and then writing about it, right? Drawing it and writing it. So that integrated learning. You're also targeting the different student interests, right? So if you have more kids that are, interested in drawing, then they're going to be excited to do their writing as well, because they're like, yes, there's drawing on here. I love it. I love drawing cartoons. I'm learning my drawing skills. Or if they're writing and you want them to practice more of their fine motor skills, well, directed drawings are really good for that as well, right? So they're really working on honing in those cognitive and fine motor skills through their write and draws. And also it's starting to make it more of a high interest activity versus just a blank page in their journal, right? It's high interest. There's a super cool design. They get to learn how to draw and then write about it, right? It's high interest. It has to do with something that they're interested in versus, again, a blank page. So use it instead of a journal write to spark some ideas in your students. All right, number 3 is to use them as a way to reinforce printing of sentences and words and practicing their letter formation for your primaries. So practicing letter formation, practicing your vocabulary. Again, that might be in that season or month or holiday that you're doing a write and draw for. Or you can use it, or you can do it for numbers, for letters, alphabets, right? Or for older kids, again, you could do it for paragraphs. So thinking about writing for reinforcing skills, right? So sentence skills, vocabulary, letter formation skills, or for older students, you're reinforcing paragraph writing and structure skills, and vocabulary from, again, the time of the year that you're doing it. So thinking about it as using it as a way of reinforcing skills. It could be an activity, it could be a center or when you're done activity, it could be homework if you want to do homework, if that's something that you do. It's not something I do, but if you want to do homework, that could be a homework thing. Or if you're doing more independent stuff, like you could do like small group instruction and the other kids are doing their write and draws, and then you're pulling in small group instruction to teach something new, right? Whatever it is, you can use it different ways. Or rotating literacy centers. So many ways to use them. My question for you is, how do you use write and draws in your classroom? Let me know in the comment section of the video, and then be sure to check out everybody else's ideas as well, just so you can get some different ways and ideas for how to teach write and draws and use these resources in your classroom. All right, number 4 is drawing. Using the drawing as a way to spark ideas for writing. So again, it's an art and literacy integrated resource, right? So you can have students do their drawing first, right? Again, finding write and draws for, you could do it for CBC, CBCE patterns. You can do them for the months of the year. You can find them for different holidays and seasons. So using them as a way to having them do the drawing first, but then that drawing is going to inform or spark the ideas for their writing, whether it's, again, sentence writing and letter formation for your primaries or your paragraph writing for your elementary. All right, and then next is to use your write and draws as a way to allow students to develop their skills. So this is not only drawing skills or writing skills that they're developing in write and draws. However, they're also developing their fine motor skills both through their drawing, their directed drawing, and their writing, or their letter formation or sentence writing. And they're also developing cognitive skills. So they're thinking about it, thinking about how they can write in relation to what they drew, right? So sparking an idea of the connected, making a connection between what they drew and what they're going to write. Thinking about creativity skills, spatial awareness, and thinking about how the size of things that they're going to draw and the scale and the steps in order to draw. So thinking about, those are all going to be developed within practicing their write and draws. So it's a really great thing to implement as a routine in your classroom. Now, number 6 is if you want to find write and draws for every month of the year, for like numbers, for the alphabet, for CBC, CBCE, for all your months of the year, every single month of the year, because everybody teaches at different times of the year, so I did them for every single month, and for all your holidays and all your seasons. And you can find my write and draws by clicking the big link in the description below the video. Click here to see write and draws, and that will take you to all of my write and draws. I actually personally drew all of the directed draws in every single page of every single one of those resources. They're actually all my own designs. If you've ever watched my YouTube channel, you'll see that there's a lot of similarities between the designs on there and what you will find in my resources, which is very different from a lot of the typical templates, which are like super boring clip art directed draws. So these are not, those boring clip art drawings. These are drawings that kids actually want to draw in, a style that speaks to their interests. So if you want to have ones with high engagement drawings and then writing, I also have it in 2 different levels. So I have a primary version where they're doing vocabulary, letter formation, and sentence writing, and then an older one for your grades 3, 4, 5, where they're doing more paragraph writing. If you want to check those out, you can find them again in that link below in the description of the video. And finally, this is your final reminder that the Artastic Collective Art Curriculum is opening for enrollment in just a couple of short days. It will be opening the first week of January, and it is my art curriculum called, again, the Artastic Collective Art Curriculum. It offers you a huge art resource library full of resources for the elements of art and principles of design, artists, and art history. holidays and seasons, ceramics and sketchbooks, and so much more, and also includes an art teacher growth course that is opening up in the very first week of January. And if you want to find out more information and get on the wait list, because there is only a limited amount of spaces, and I only open enrollment for a limited time just to allow, because I want to make sure that I can support all the new members. I don't want too many people to join. So if you want to be one of those people that gets to get in, then make sure you scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description below the video, and it will take you to where you can get on the wait list. I open enrollment every January and every August. So if you want to get on the wait list, make sure you scan that QR code on the screen because it's opening very soon. Your next video to watch is how to teach value. So if you want to watch that video, click the link above or in the description of the video, and I will see you in that episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Help me get to my goal of 100,000 subscribers. That is my absolute dream, and it will allow me to continue to make these videos for you for free. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.